Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I have a question about budget. I want to know if my wife and I are going overkill. So my wife and I, we recently moved in together. We're relatively recent college graduates. Household income is about $200,000. Take home is about $145,000. That's post 401k, life insurance, health insurance, and HSA deductions. We have a 6-month emergency fund. We have zero debt. And now the goal is for her to become a stay-at-home mother one day. But up until that day, the discussed goal is to invest my income and live off hers. In other words, of that $145,000 that is take-home, $85,000 is mine and $60,000 is hers. So invest 60% of her take-home income. Is that overkill?
Your home is paid for?
We do not have a home. We moved into an apartment together.
Okay. And you're married?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. You said that, but I was just double checking the way, because usually it's kind of like automatic. You move in together once you're married. So I'm just making sure I got this right. Okay. Okay. So the way I would look at this, the way I look at things is based on the data that I have of the studies that we've done and the people that we have worked with over the last 30 years that have built wealth. What did they do, and what is different about what they did and what you're talking about doing? And that's how I'm going to answer the question, okay? So in other words, as we studied 10,000 millionaires, how many of them did what you did? Lived in an apartment, did not buy a house, watched their rent go up every single year, which you can 100% count on rent going up your entire life as long as you rent every year. Until you buy a house, and then it doesn't go up anymore. So the house goes up, but the rent doesn't go up. Very, very few people that we have studied or that we know of and have tracked with that became wealthy used that plan. Instead, what they have done is they bought and then paid off a home by investing a little less and using the difference to save towards buying that home, because the largest line item in the math in your budget every month is the largest item is cost of housing. And when the largest line item is rent and it goes up every single year, your largest item is out of your control. And it's going up every year. When you fix it by buying and then you pay that house off, what we find is that we find 15 years from today, 14, 12 years from today for you, you have a net worth of $1.5 million, 500 or 600 of that is a paid off house, and 600 or 700 of that is in your 401ks and your Roth IRAs. And so I'm going to lead you that direction rather than this intense saving. Obviously, let me tell you what you are doing very, very well. You're actually paying attention, you're planning, you're thinking, you're scheming about how we can win this money thing. Most people just ride through life with their, their head stuck up their assumptions, and they don't know what's going on. And then they wake up broke. You're quite the opposite. You're on the very other end. You're very, very intense. You're on fire. And so we've just got to point you in a way that's going to be the most efficient for you to actually hit your end goal, which is a good, stable life with a pile of wealth, right? That's our end goal.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, I would not do what you're doing. I would start saving a maximum of 15% of my household income into retirement, and I would stop the HSA. I would build an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses, and then I'd see how fast I can build up a fat, juicy down payment, and I'd buy a house in Texas, which is a wonderful market to own a piece of real estate in, and I'd watch that house just go zoom, zoom over the next 15 years. I mean, look back and think about the neighborhood that you might buy in and what you could have bought that house for 15 years ago. That just kind of makes you a little smiley. Wow, 15 years ago, I could have bought this house for, that's what it's going to be 15 years from now. And so, yeah, that's what you want to do.
Yeah, and I would just encourage you, Daniel, there's zero chance that the guy we're talking to right now is going to not be able to live below your means.
You're going to win.
So when she becomes a stay-at-home mama, I promise you this, Dave will tell you I'm right.
You're going to win.
She's going to want a house. So Dave's advice is absolutely right. When she don't want to stay in an apartment. So let's go ahead and just remove the fear factor of will I have enough? You're going to.
You know what? That's
intensity right now is to get that house payment ready.
Those are two good observations, and I didn't. You really keyed in on something there, because I forget, because I've gotten old and I've been doing this so long. But guys, especially young dudes that are just got married, guys can live under a bridge.
100%. Yeah.
You know, if we weren't married,
other guys,
we would not be inside.
Right.
I mean, it's like, and ladies, you know, they come along and they go, no, it's warm in here. It's cool in here. Yeah. We can control the atmosphere inside a property. Yeah. You know, and look, we can cook in here, and, you know, we've got storage for our stuff, and yeah, it's like the domestication of the male beast. Yeah. But but you're right. It's he really, they just got married and moved in together.
Right.
And you know, so he can live anywhere.
Sure.
And yeah, you're right. Even if she's going along with it right now because she's in love, but she's gonna wake up and go, I don't love this apartment.
No.
That's what's going to happen. You're exactly right. And she will be right, by the way, when that happens.
100% right. So we're trying to help you out on this one. Yeah, and the way you're living, my friend, Daniel, you're going to be able to, if you do what Dave says, you're going to have a fat down payment.
I think, Daniel, if I could get 2 drops of your blood and, you know, inserted in some of these people that are sitting on their butts,
right?
You're way on your way. You're going to be great.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to be a broke guy, because you're actually paying attention. Yep. You're willing to do stuff. You're willing to go extreme, and you're going to win. You're going to win. So
he's going to call in several years from now in a millionaire themed hour.
Oh yeah,
you know,
Baby Steps Millionaire.
Baby Steps Millionaire. He's that guy.
Hang on, Daniel. I'm going to send you a copy of the book, The Baby Steps Millionaires. It's got the white paper of the study, the piece of research that I'm talking about in the back, and you will enjoy reading about these millionaires, and you'll see these correlating behaviors that they have with what I'm talking about in the data, and then you'll go, okay, I can adjust to that. It'll be real helpful to you. You'll really enjoy this book. It's a bestseller, and I'll send it to you as my gift, my wedding gift, since you got married and moved in together. This is the Ramsey Show. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.